Hello folks, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat bringing you another awesome video. It's Monday night. What that means, it's time for some Raw. We're 1 week away from the last pay-per-view of the year for the WWE, TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. We got a lot of matches to go through, all of them are going to be crazy. So, what's the go-home show going to be like? I got my notes, let's get started. We first start off with the League of Nations. That's right. Headed up by the President of the League of Nations, Sheamus, his Vice President and Representative of Bulgaria, Mr. Rusev, the Ambassador to Mexico, Emperor Del Rio, and the monarchy of the Land of Bad News in the UK, His Highness King Barrett. And they pretty much talk about how dominant they are and how there is no one in the entire company that can really fuck with them. Then the Wyatts show up. Yeah, you can pretty much hear me screaming this from you. The title says it all. Stable War. It's been a long time since we've had a good, decent stable war. Wyatts versus the League of Nations. Apparently, Bray didn't take too kindly of them talking about how they were the strongest quartet in the WWE. And it looks like we want to have a nice little 4-on-4 war on our hands. Until the Dudleys decide to come in alongside with Tommy Dreamer. Bray correctly points out that they are down one man because 3 against 4, that's not fair. So they decide to bring in some heavy guns. Devon, get the Rhino. That's right, Rhino. The last true WCW champion and a man who has made a name for himself in NXT as of late makes his main roster return. So we have a nice 4-on-4 Devils match, yeah. Then Roman Reigns and his crew, Dean Ambrose and the Usos come down, so as my cousin DJ said, Greg, who you got? I was like, I don't know, but all I know is Stable War! So we segue into perhaps the best opening of a Raw all year. A 16-man tag team elimination match. 16 men. I like all of these guys. This was a 30-plus minute car crash. This was an apocalypse waiting to happen, and it was awesome. I really didn't care who won. I am just so glad we got to see this shit. This was an amazing match to watch. Ultimately, Roman and his crew pick up the win after the Wyatts got eliminated, followed by followed by Team Extreme, and then the League of Nations. President Sheamus wasn't taking this shit, and he promised to teach Roman a lesson before at night's end. Go into our second match. Dolph Ziggler versus the Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens. And Tyler Breeze is out there because he is out there to annoy Dolph Ziggler. This was a fantastic matchup. Very long, very brutal, and very good. Ziggler and Owens worked so well together. Owens was just beating the crap out of him for most of the match, even destroying his shoulder. And Ziggler just kept throwing everything. He just kept coming back for more. Match comes to an end with KO putting up a pop-up powerbomb on the show off. 1, 2, 3. Then Dean Ambrose's music hits. And yes, the Titty Master appears. And today is actually his birthday. Happy birthday, Dean. He comes out there with some popcorn and some Coke. Or what I assume is Coke. I hope it was root beer. So he comes out there, eating it casually. Owens is wondering what the fuck he's doing out there. Dean offers him some popcorn. Kevin ain't having it. So Titty Master throws it in his face. Both the drink and the popcorn. And walks away. And just like that, without even saying a word, I'm interested in this match. Anyway, next up. Team Bad of I don't know. I'm sorry. All I can think about is the boss. The boss. Yeah, Naomi and the boss, Sasha Banks, against Alicia Fox and Brie Bella. This match was so-so. I really couldn't care less about this match. Not because not because of anything the boss didn't do. It's just too much I didn't like about it. Team Bad wins, but via the rear view. Ugh. I just threw up in my mouth a little. Ugh. I feel bad for knowing that Sasha Banks won a match, but through an ass way of Naomi bumping her ass into someone's face. Ugh. But yeah, they start celebrating, and then the New Day comes. New Day comes with their new product, which is a unicorn horn. Yay. Then they cut a promo. Very awesome promo. I'm not going to spoil any of it for you. As they prepare for their match against the Lucha Dragons, with the Usos providing commentary. Very good back and forth matchup. Xavier Woods got the shit kicked out of him outside the ring by the Usos. You remember that scene from Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood? Where Ashtray and Preacher Man stomp out one of Ice Pick's boys? It was kind of like that. But not as funny. It was still pretty funny, but not as funny as that. If you have never seen Don't Be a Menace, watch it. It's awesome. Next up, Miz TV with Charlotte and Ric Flair. Now, a few people that I know of, I'm not going to name any names, did not like this. I like it because as long as it's not the Bella twins, I could care less. I'm good with that. Sure, Charlotte is not very good on the mic, but she makes up for it in the ring. She's still phenomenal in the ring. And then Paige comes out, thanks to the Miz being a shit-eating bastard. And Rick's like, now hold on now. My daughter is the greatest woman ever. And you are not going to get in there. So, Charlotte, you get out of the ring. Then Paige hauls off and slaps Ric Flair. And he says, Charlotte, get her. I love that part. It was funny. So yeah, there was that. Next up. Well, anyway, never mind. Next up, anyway, we have a rematch from last week. The Vice President of the League of Nations, Rusev versus Ryback. This was an okay match. We saw a little bit of variety from Ryback, but of course it's a Ryback match. What can you expect? Not bad per se, just not very interesting. The end comes through treachery because Ryback accidentally runs into Lana, and she feigns a broken leg. Then Rusev goes mental, puts him in the Accolade outside, and they both get counted out. That's what you get when you fuck with the League of Nations. You get put in the fucking Accolade. Next up, Jack Swagger versus Stardust, with Titus O'Neil providing commentary. Now they're doing something now because Darren Young is out. They have to have Titus do something, and he's been doing these little vinaigrettes with Stardust, trying to get him back to being Cody Rhodes instead of Stardust, which are hilarious. They remind me very much of Booker Dust, the team of Booker T and Goldust. If you've never seen Booker Dust or Gold T, whichever one you want, look it up. It's great. So anyway, Alberto Del Rio, ambassador to Mexico, along with Zeb Coulter, come out to try to harass Jack Swagger. Jack is unaffected and puts the Patriot Lock on Stardust, causing him to tap out, giving him the win. Del Rio attacks both Stardust and Jack Swagger with chairs. This is probably hinting to a chairs match between the two. They have a showdown, and Zeb kind of gets caught in the middle, and Jack's like, hey, what are you doing, man? We the people, remember this? But he pushes him off. Backstage, Del Rio's just tired of him and just throws him to the side. He doesn't want anything more to do with him. Frankly, I'm actually okay with this because I've always found it head-scratching. I like Alberto Del Rio and I like Zeb Coulter, but just not together. You know? It's just one of those things that they just don't taste great together. I don't know if you understand my meaning. So yeah. Next up, Final match of the night. Tommy Dreamer versus Braun Strowman, the mountain that rides with a baby face. This is what you would expect. Braun Strowman beats the crap out of Tommy Dreamer. Thankfully, Tommy Dreamer didn't cry, because that's what he's good at. Anyway, finally, we have a confrontation between Roman Reigns and Sheamus. This really dragged. It really did. I know that Roman is really trying to get good on the mic, and there are bits and pieces of him being good on the mic. I can see it. I can see the nuggets of awesomeness in him. I don't know what it is. It's just not jiving with me. For some reason, he can't connect with people. It feels forced, is what I'm trying to say. It feels fake. It feels like he's trying to be his cousin The Rock, and it's just not working. That's not. I can see he's trying, but it just that segment just dragged. And the whole tater tots thing, you'll understand if you watch it. I hope it doesn't catch on. Tater tots is just ridiculous. Sheamus was actually better on the mic than Roman Reigns was tonight, and that should tell you something. Yeah, that's just not good when Sheamus can outdo you on the mic. So then after a whole lot of procrastinating, then they get to a fight, which was a pretty brutal-ass fight, ending with Roman Reigns spearing Sheamus through a fucking table, and finally getting the face pop that he's been wanting all these months. So yeah, that was Raw. My thoughts? This was a pretty damn good show for a go-home show. They put on a lot. Normally, go-home shows don't have a lot of quality matches because everyone's saving up for their matches coming up this week on the next pay-per-view. But these were some good-ass matches. That 16-man elimination tag match was awesome. Kevin Owens versus Ziggler was brutal and awesome. We had a lot of solid matchups, a lot of great promos. The weakest matches probably was the Divas tag match, mostly because of Bella crap in it rear view, but that's just me. And the final segment with Sheamus and Roman Reigns, while it did drag on, the brawl at the end, good. This is what Roman Reigns needs to do. He wins crowds over more with his physicality than his words. But still, he really, really needs to work on his mic work. I'm sorry, but it's true. Yeah. But anyway, that was Raw. Like what you see? Link, comment, subscribe below. Got any questions, comments, or just want to talk about this Raw? Leave it below. I will get back to each and every one of you. Supporting the channel is easy. Patreon is in the description below. Twitter is down there if you want to follow me and find out what the hell I'm doing. Or, as always, the tip jar is up there. You know what to do. So until next time, it's been shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, saying goodnight and stable war!